Hey folks, welcome. My name is Emily and this is Gently Chaotic Knits. Sorry, I'm looking at my dog who is just over there being a little crazy. This is Gently Chaotic Knits. You can maybe see why. And today is the start of what I expect to be a very long-term video project. So I am recording this today. I think it's like October 4th or something. Yeah, October 4th. But you all will probably not be seeing this until well into 2025, I would expect. So several months from now. But I am starting a new deep dive video. So if you're unfamiliar with what that is, at this point in time when I'm recording this, I've only published one of them. So it's a new kind of video series concept for me, but the idea is that I want to take you from beginning to end and give a little bit more depth into the process of making something. So the subject of this deep dive is spinning and knitting the Traveler Hoodie, which is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, and I can try to put a picture up here so that you can see what the pattern looks like. But yeah, I'm getting started today. So I have my fiber picked out. If you follow my, well, okay, I guess by this point in time, if you follow my project update videos, by the time this is published, I probably will have already talked about it and maybe you will have already seen what it looks like. I don't know. This is like a weird past Emily thinking about future type thing. So I'm not really sure. I don't know what you will or will have not seen. I intend to continue planning this or sharing this project in my project update videos like normal, but I just wanted to dive a little deeper and do probably a pretty lengthy video dedicated just to this project. So I know that in this timeline that I am existing in right now, I have already shared the fiber that I plan to use. So to get started today, I was just gonna start with some fiber prep. So my hope is to start spinning it tonight. This project is a spin/knit along with some of my pals. So I've got some of my friends in my Seattle knitting group, Pacific Knit West. We are knitting this along with our San Francisco pals. So there are several of us, I think, that are planning to spin for this project as well, but there are also folks that are just knitting yarn from stash or yarn that they got for this project. So tonight we are doing a little video call cast on night. And then those of us that are spinning are planning to start our spins tonight. But it will be a while since this pattern actually calls for quite a lot of yardage. It's a hoodie, so you've got to knit, it's like oversized and you've got to knit a hood, so lots of yardage. So I expect the spin to take me quite some time, so it will probably be quite some time before I even cast on, and then the knitting of it will take some time as well. But I want to take you through that whole process, and the idea is that this video will end once the hoodie exists. So let's get started with some fiber prep. Let me start by showing you all the fiber that I am using for this spin. So I am doing a 2-ply, and I have two different fibers that I'm using. For 1-ply, I'm going to use this beautiful gray BFL that I got from Northwest Yarns. I actually got some of this with the purchase of my wheel. When I purchased my Ladybug spinning wheel from Northwest Yarns in like the spring of when was that? Spring of 2022? Spring of 2023? I don't even remember. But when I purchased my wheel, I got, along with the purchase of my wheel, I got, I think, a pound of fiber, and I got 8 ounces of this gray BFL. And then recently I decided that I wanted to use this fiber for the spin, and I knew I was gonna need more for it. So I got another 8 ounces. So I have 1 pound of this gray BFL. And then the other ply is gonna be this patchwork kit that I got from Hello Yarn. So the idea is that it's going to be just a fun, blendy kind of rainbow for 1-ply, and then the gray for the other ply. So I really don't know what to expect as far as how this will look, but that's why I think I'm gonna spin and maybe knit a sample. So I'm gonna take you through the process of that as well. So on my walk with Norman this morning, I was thinking through how I want to spin this, because also I only have 4 bobbins. And I could get more bobbins, but I almost like the way that my bobbins limit me a little bit because it keeps me from spinning too many projects at once. I like that I pretty much have to just do one project at a time. Sorry, Norman, I don't know if you can hear him. Norman is still in the background creating chaos. And you can see my hat has a little Norm on it too. Okay, so let me walk you through my plan for how to spin this. So I'm gonna do a traditional 2-ply. Because this is not like a single colorway, I don't have plans to break it up in a kind of fractal sort of way. My plan is actually to do it in a pretty random way. So what I think I'm gonna do, because I wanna have pretty quick color changes and I want it to be very random and blendy looking, is I'm gonna take each of these pieces of fiber. So here, for example, is one strip of fiber from the bundle or from the bag. I'm gonna take this strip and rip it into much smaller pieces. So probably at least 8 pieces, maybe more. And then because I really do like to have a little bit more structure when I'm spinning, what I think I'm gonna do is then take random pieces and roll them up into 1-ounce balls. So I should have 16 1-ounce balls from this that are like little tiny bits of all the colors from the bag. And then I'm gonna do the same for the gray. Of course, I don't have to worry about the color for this, but I'm gonna split this into 1-ounce balls. And then I think I can fit 5 ounces on each of my bobbins. So my plan is to take, since I'll have 16 ounces of each, I'll have 16 ounces of gray and 16 ounces of the colorful fiber. My plan is to take aside 1 ounce of each for a sample. I'd like to do a sizable sample for this spin just because I want to make sure that I'm really happy with the colors and the gauge and everything. So I think I'm going to do 1 ounce of gray and 1 ounce of color for a 2-ounce sample. And then what I should be able to do, it should work out, is if I do 5-ounce bobbins, I should be able to do 3 bobbins of gray, 3 bobbins of color, and ply them together. Of course, I only have 4 bobbins, so I'll have to ply intermediately. So I'll do 1 bobbin of gray, 1 bobbin of color, so 5 ounces of gray, 5 ounces of color, ply. So then I'll have 10 ounces done. 2 5-ounce braids, or skeins rather, 2 5-ounce skeins. And then I'll do that 3 times. Does that kind of make sense? I don't know if I explained that well, but yeah, the idea is I start with 16 ounces, I take of each, 16 ounces gray, 16 ounces of color. I'm gonna take 1 ounce out of each for a sample. I will first spin up 1 ounce of gray, 1 ounce of color, ply them together for my sample. And then I'm gonna do 5-ounce bobbins from there. So 5 ounces of gray, 5 ounces of color, ply them together. That should be 10 ounces total. So 2 5-ounce skeins, and then do that 2 more times. Does that make sense? So I'll have 3 batches of yarn. Hopefully, I'm really hoping I can do a better job of staying consistent this time. I am gonna try to, with my sample, also maybe make like a control card or something so that, and actually check my control card as I go so that I have better luck keeping my 3 batches consistent. So wish me luck, but I'm gonna start now. Maybe I'll try to put my camera somewhere a little bit different so that you can see the ground a little better. Let me see. I was just sitting in my living room up against the wall. Let's see if I put you here, if I can sit back and you can see me a little bit better so you can see the floor while I'm playing with the fiber. So I have my scale and I have a bowl. And I'm gonna start by just weighing everything to see what our starting point is. So just to make sure, you know, that I actually have 16 ounces of everything and kind of go from there. So I've got just go back a little bit more, you can see even better. I've got my scale in my bowl. And first, I'm gonna just weigh the gray to make sure I have 16 ounces. Let's see here. So, yeah, it says I have 1 pound and half an ounce. So I actually have 16.5 ounces of the gray. So that's great. So I should be able to split that up, no problem. And then for the color, I actually think I may have stuck a couple of extra bits of fiber in this bag from leftover from a previous patchwork kit from Hello Yarn. So I may have more than a pound in here. So I may be able to be a little bit more selective with my color. I may be able to remove some colors that I don't like. Like there are some of these that are a little bit too purpley. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some adding because this is too much. I wanted to get it to a round number. Okay, this is exactly 10 ounces in the bowl right now. So this is 10 ounces, and then let's see what the rest is. Okay, the rest is 7 5/8. So I actually have Norman. Norman is here to smell the wool. Hi. Mwah. Hello. Are you going to be a part of this? Thank you so much. Okay, so I actually have over a pound of this. I have an extra roughly 1.5 ounces. So if there are some pieces that I don't like, I can remove them. So what I'm going to do first, I think, is just start shredding. Not shredding, but like ripping these pieces into long strips, into skinnier strips. And I will probably record this, but maybe I'll like fast forward through it so that you don't have to watch me sit here and do this. But I'm gonna do this and split these up into really skinny pieces. Of all of the bits, I think this one is my least favorite because it's mostly this purple and it also has this kind of neon green. So I think I'm gonna weigh it, and if it's the right amount, I'm gonna just remove this bit. And then I should have about 16 ounces, like 1 pound left. So let's see. Yeah, this is 1 ounce. So I should have a little over a pound actually still. So if there are any other bits that I don't like, I can remove a little bit. But that's the plan, taking this one out. Okay, I just finished splitting it all, and let me show you all my little bundles. Oops, sorry, I've got my battery attached. And Norman is also present. There he is. But this is all the little pieces. So the next step is to, oh, you took some of the fiber with you, buddy. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to, hopefully that didn't give any of you motion sickness. Okay, so here they all are. The next step is to roll them up into little 1 ounce balls, and then I also need to divide the gray, and then I'll be ready to go. So first things first though, Norm needs to go on a walk, and then I'll come back and make the little balls. Hello, we're back. I say we because I do have a friend here. Hi, buddy. he's joining me for fiber presses. Oh, nope, he's gone. So we are back. As I showed before, I have all the bits of fiber split into these really skinny strands. And you can tell I kind of piled them up by like bit of fiber. But some of these look really similar. So like I think they were probably the same colorway. So like this one and this one are really similar. These two are pretty similar. These two are pretty similar. So I think I just have lots of, yeah, these kind of similar colorways. So my plan now is just to kind of randomly grab bits of fiber. And when I say randomly, I mean it probably won't be completely random because it's me and I'm like, oh, I don't want too much of this color in 1 ounce or whatever, but I'm gonna take bits of fiber and then I'm just gonna keep adding them to my bowl on the scale until I reach 1 ounce. And then once I reach 1 ounce, I will ball it up. Hi, Norm. Thank you. I will ball it up and then I will move on to the next one. So hopefully I should make roughly 16 of these. And then I will split up the gray and I'll be ready to go. And then I need to go and fly my Christmas yarn, but that's next up as soon as I finish this. So I'm gonna just sit here, watch Gilmore Girls, and make my little 1 ounce balls. Okay. Wow, that took a long time. But I'm finished now. I have all 16 of my little fiber balls. Here, let me point it. Oh. All right. Here they are. And I'm gonna do the same for the gray, but I'm probably not gonna film myself doing that because I don't think that I need to. So here are my little fiber balls. You can act natural or you can all say hello. Hi. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna start with the gray because it's less fun, but
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's start with like my less exciting
yes.
ones. It's eating your salad first.
Yes. Okay, we're shooting for sport weight.
Today for dinner.
We're shooting for sport weight.
Yeah.
For this 2-ply.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Do it.
Okay, here we go.
Commence.
morning. It is Saturday and I didn't get a chance to update y'all last night on the start of my sample spin, but I do think I probably included some footage here. We did our video call with the group. Some folks were casting on, some folks were swatching, some folks were doing fiber prep for their spins. So it was really fun. I did finish plying. It took me like an hour and a half of the call just to finish my previous spin so I could clear my bobbins, but I finished it and I started my sample spin for my traveler hoodie. So I just spun the gray. So this is 1 ounce of the gray BFL that I spun while on the call last night. I think it definitely varies in thickness. There were times it was a little thicker and times it was a little thinner. I just kept doing like a plyback test, like a plyback sample, because I am going to do a 2-ply for this. But the second ply is going to be this fiber, so the plyback is not perfect because I don't really know how it'll go with 1 ply of this and 1 ply of this, but it still gave me an idea. And I realized I think that I always overestimate what sport weight is. So I'm shooting for a sport weight and I'm just doing it kind of based on eye. And I think I always think that a sport weight is thicker than it actually is. So I'm gonna try to keep that in mind. But I think what I'm gonna do is, since I already spun this one up, I'm gonna spin this one up on another bobbin, ply them together, and then look at it. I'll wash it and look at it. I think there will probably be some sections that are thicker and some sections that are thinner, and maybe I can pick out a section that I think is right and take that for my control card and just put that little section on a card that I can reference, and then just try to keep it consistent. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how good of a job I do. But I did finish this one and now I'm gonna spin this and then we'll see how it goes. So we are leaving actually to go do some fun fall activities with friends in a minute here. So I don't know if I'll actually even get to start this one. I may do just a tiny bit, but I'll try to record a little bit of it when I do. And then of course, once I apply it, I will show you what the sample looks like. Hello, it is Sunday morning. I have finished my singles for my sample and I'm getting ready to ply them. I feel like the light was a little weird there, so let me try to point a different direction. Maybe that's not better, but this way. You can see it's Sunday, so we're watching football. So these are my 2 plies. I'm gonna ply together and we're gonna see. I have a suspicion that it is gonna be too thick. So I may have to, I probably won't do a second sample, but I'll just kind of keep that in mind when I'm spinning, that I wanna go a little bit thinner. I feel like it's weird when I cut off just the top of my head. So I'm going to ply that up. I am also watching Ariel's live. So if you don't follow Ari Knits on Instagram and YouTube, I have her live on right now. She is unloading all of her yarn into her storage. So that is lovely to spend this time watching all of Ariel's beautiful yarn. So yeah, and I'll show you what the sample looks like when I'm done. Okay, I just finished plying my sample, so I'm gonna show it to you now. Here it is. It looks so good. I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out. I think that I was unsure what it would look like with the one ply of the gray, but I am actually quite pleased with it. So now I'm going to wind it off and wash it. I also was hesitant. I thought that I spun my singles too thick, but I think the singles are actually, like, the thickness of the sample is actually okay. So the one thing that I did have though is I had way more of the colored fiber left. So these are my bobbins, and I finished the gray and I have quite a lot of the colorful fiber left. So I'm not sure why that happened, but I think what I'm gonna do is like just use that colorful fiber, that colorful bobbin as the beginning of my next bobbin and just spin onto it, my singles onto it, and then we'll see if I continue having more colorful fiber. I may just like have some left over that I don't spin, but yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna wind it off and wash it. Hello, I am checking in. It's been a couple of days and it is in the evening, so the lighting we have here is not the best, but I wanted to show you my finished and dried sample, and I do have my pal here. I wanted to show you my finished and dried sample because it's finished and dried, and I'm gonna get started spinning my first bobbin. So here is my sample. I'll show it to you like that. You can see it turned out really, really nice. I think there's some colors that didn't make it into the sample, so I still have some more. It will have, like, the final yarn will have a little bit more color variation, but I'm actually really happy with the thickness. I think it's pretty spot on for what I am hoping. So I'm gonna try to just spin the rest of the yarn exactly like this sample. So for the rest of the spinning part of the process, I'm probably not going to record like the entire thing just because I'm going to be spinning the singles for quite some time, and that would probably be pretty long and repetitive if I recorded the whole process. And so I'm probably not going to record any tonight. I'm going to get started tonight, but I'm probably not going to record any tonight because it is going to be kind of dark and not great lighting, but I'll record some of it and give y'all updates like when I am plying my first batch and everything. But yeah, I am getting started with the tentative goal to try to spin roughly 1 ounce per day, just because I feel like that's a reasonable amount, and that would mean that, so I have 32 ounces to spin, so not counting the plying, it would be about a month to spin through the singles. So we'll see. There may be some days that I spin more and some days that I spin less. There are going to be some days in the next month that I am going to be like away from my wheel and stuff, so it won't be exactly like 32 days from now I'm done. Sorry, I'm holding my camera up and my arm is getting sore. So anyway, I will hopefully get, today is what, I guess today's October 9th. So hopefully I'll be done with the spin in like mid-November, and I can maybe cast on the sweater before the end of the year. So I don't expect to finish knitting the sweater before the end of the year, but maybe I can at least cast on before the end of the year. Yeah, I'm excited to get started. So I think I'm going to do my gray first, and the goal is to spin, yeah, 5 ounces of gray onto a bobbin, and then I will spin 5 ounces of the colorful onto the bobbin, and then I'll ply them up. So that's the plan. Hello, it has been a few days and I have been working on my first bobbin of the gray, and I wanted to give y'all an update. Here is how it's looking. I don't know if you can see it here. Maybe you can see it. But here it is. And I'm in the middle of my 4th ounce. So just a refresher, I'm trying to fit 5 ounces on each bobbin. I realized that's gonna make pretty big skeins. So my skeins are gonna be 5 ounces, which is like 140 grams. So they're gonna be they're gonna be big. Hopefully they fit on my bobbins, but yeah, that's still the plan, and I'm still hopeful that that will work out. But yep, so I have this one, and then I have one other ball left. We are leaving to go out of town just for the weekend on Thursday. So I would really like to finish this bobbin at least, and maybe start my colorful bobbin before then. But for today, I'm at least hoping to just finish this ounce and maybe start the next one. But I'll try to do a couple more clips of the spinning process. Like I mentioned before, I mean, I'm going to be spinning the same thing for a long time, so I probably am not going to film. I mean, I haven't been filming every time I sit down to spin. It would just be a lot of the same kind of thing, but I'll still put some of the clips in it. And right now I am in my annual fall Gilmore Girls rewatch, so I'm watching Gilmore Girls. You can see here. There's glare on the TV, so you maybe can't tell that that's what I'm watching. And I've got my pup on the couch here, is nice and cozy, keeping me company. And it's just a nice fall day. Hey folks, it has been a minute. I know you don't know that because you're just watching this video. Oh, I've got my end sticking out. Whoops. You don't know that it's been a while since I last recorded as part of this video, but it has been. It's been a busy time, so I have not spun in probably like 5 or so days. The reason for that is actually kind of exciting. I just started a new job yesterday, and which has been exciting and tiring and all the things that you would expect. Today was my 2nd day. It is, it's Tuesday and it's like 5 o'clock, so I'm done working for the day. But because I was starting a new job, my husband and I took a little weekend trip as our like final exciting, like, yay, you're about to have to request PTO whenever you want to go somewhere, so like let's go take a weekend trip. So we took a really fun trip to Central Oregon, and we went to Crater Lake National Park. We went on a weekend trip. We left last Thursday. We got back on Sunday, so I was away from my wheel for that whole time. But right before we left, or I guess it was, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, I finished my first bobbin for this project. So I'm gonna pull that off the wheel and show you. Here it is in there. So this was just the gray ply, the solid gray BFL. So I completely finished that. So this is 5 ounces on here. And I know I have my camera set up too low, so like the top of my head is cut off, but what are you gonna do? That's the situation right now. So here is my first bobbin complete, and a reminder that this is what my yarn is gonna look like. So I have the 1 ply of gray and the 1 ply of color. It's not focusing, I think, because my eyes are in there. Maybe. So you can see it's like the gray ply and the color ply. So this is just the gray ply that I've finished. My first 5 ounces, so this is my first third of the gray. So I'm 1/6 of the way done with the singles, and I'm about to start my first colorful ply. Norman, he's gonna knock over my tripod, he's gonna kick it. So this is actually leftover singles from my sample. So you know how it's really hard to spin your singles, even if you spin the same weight amount of each bobbin, it's hard to get exactly the same length. So I I think my weight was off as well, and I think I had quite a bit more of the colorful bobbin or colorful fiber for my sample. So anyway, I have leftover singles from my sample, and what I've decided to do is just use this as part of my spin, because I figure that if I just like start, I'll like grab another of my colorful balls now, I'll just spin it onto this bobbin, and like maybe I'll spin this one thicker this time and this one thinner, and then I'll end up with like extra of this one, or I'll still have extra of this one, but it won't matter. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of the reasoning behind it. So yeah, I was really hopeful that I would be able to get this spin completely finished by December 1st, because I would like to start spinning my advent in December. So I have over a month to finish, and I have, I guess, how many ounces do I have left? 25 ounces left. So I do need to be spinning, I mean, less than an ounce per day, but not like more than half an ounce per day. So I really need to get going again. And that doesn't leave time for plying. So, I mean, I'll probably ply, each batch will take me 1 day. So that's like 3 days of plying. So I don't know. I'm hopeful that I can still achieve that, but because I got a little bit behind, because I haven't been spinning as much, because I was like, I mean, I don't know. I haven't shared this, that I was doing this, but I was like interviewing for jobs and like doing that all the time, and now I've actually started a job, and so I'm gonna have less time because I'm like working a 40-hour-a-week job now, which is just, that takes time out of your day. So we'll see, but I'm hoping that I can have in my head to at least like minimum do half an ounce per day, and then that I'm like with my wheel, because there will probably be times that I'm away from my wheel or it's too busy that I can't do that, but I'm gonna have to have days where I do more than that as well. So I don't know, maybe I'll have in my head weekdays I'll do half an ounce, and weekend days I can do 1 ounce, and that pacing will be enough for me to get it done. I'm really not sure, but anyway, I'm gonna start spinning this one, and I may try to record. The light is actually very glowy right now. I don't know, I know I'm backlit, so I don't know if it's showing up kind of weird right now, but we do have actually some nice light today, which I'm wondering now, how long is the light gonna last? Should I try to record a podcast episode? Because I was gonna maybe do that tomorrow, but maybe the light will be better today. I'm not sure. The podcast episode may just have to wait. We'll see. But anyway, it is definitely like rainy, cloudy season officially now in Seattle. So I think you kind of have to take advantage when you have good light. So I may try to record some of my spinning today, and I hope you enjoy. I hope it's nice and soothing for you. And then yeah, I will probably check back in later after I've spun some of this colorful ply. Hello, good morning. It is, I think, November 2nd. It's a Saturday. So it's been, I think, like another week since I last checked in with y'all, and I am almost done with my first colorful bobbin. So I'll show y'all and give you a little bit of an update here. This is, oh, I did not mean to zoom there. Oh, so this is what it's looking like right now. I have just one ball left. So this is just like an ounce. Here, I can show this side too. About an ounce. I just started this morning. I am hopeful. Sorry, let me turn this back around. I'm hopeful that I can finish this bobbin today. Anyway, we'll see, but I will definitely show y'all once I have my first batch of this Traveler Spin plied so that you can see what it looks like. I can't wait to see what it looks like myself. I don't know if I'll wash it. I'll probably wait and wash it all at the end, but I will at least show you what it looks like all plied up. So I am hoping, I'm watching Survivor. Again, show you. I'm a couple episodes behind, but I'm watching this season of Survivor, catching up, and I am doing a little bit of morning spinning. So yeah, that's the update. Hello. Good morning. Happy 2025. I know that like time is not really a thing in this video, but once again, it's been a while. And I have some updates and I'm excited to be back working on this project. So I don't know in the timeline of this video where I left off or what I last said, but basically I'd completely stalled out on spinning this project and honestly anything. And then I was traveling a ton in December and I don't know, I kind of lost my spinning mojo for a while and then it came back. So over the holidays when I was gone, and of course it's like when I was away from my wheel was when I started feeling the itch again to start spinning. But I got back to my wheel a few weeks ago and I've been spinning again and I have not been doing a great job of documenting it, but I have my next batch of singles ready and I'm gonna start plying them today, and so I thought it might be a good time to do a little bit of a catch up. So I ended up, I think I had quite a lot of the colorful bobbin left from my last batch, so I ended up only adding I think 4 ounces to this bobbin, and then I put 5 ounces of the gray on this bobbin. It still looks like I'm gonna have more of the colorful than the gray, so I don't know if it's just something about the grist. I don't know. I don't know enough about what's going on to know why that's happening, but I've got my 2 bobbins here I wanted to show you, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really energized. So again, I am planning to knit the Traveler hoodie with this yarn, and I can show you my first batch. I don't remember when I last showed this in this video. I don't remember anything, but let me grab it. This was my second batch, which I have not washed yet. I'm hoping it will kind of plump up a little bit once I wash it, but I'm still really happy with the color. I think the color for this project is gonna turn out really nice. I am feeling good about it. So yep, this is what I have already spun, my sample in my first batch, and then today I'm gonna ply up. I may not finish plying up my second batch, but I'm gonna at least ply up some of this second batch, and then maybe this is aggressive. I would love it if I could finish this spin roughly by the end of January. I'm already starting to think, I'm already starting to think about what I want to spin next. I've got some ideas and I feel like I've just been working on this project for so long, and I mean, it's completely my fault for losing steam and traveling and stuff. So I haven't gotten through the spin as quickly as I kind of hoped, but I'm feeling re-energized. I'm feeling like I want to kind of buckle down and finish this in the next few weeks, hopefully. And then also I'm feeling excited about casting on the hoodie, because again, I'm knitting the Traveler hoodie along with many of my pals, and some of them have cast on and already finished. Some of them are casting on around now or are working on it now, and I really am feeling excited about the project, and like I want to capture that energy, so I have to finish. I could start knitting with my first batch, but I really would like to have spun all the yarn so that I can see if there are inconsistencies or if they're different color wise, like different color sections. I can decide, okay, I want to cast on with this skein or whatever. And also just get an idea of the yardage. I did one of my Christmas gifts this year was I got a yardage counter, so I'm excited to be able to actually keep track of how much yardage I have and like take note of that, and then I'll know for sure if I have enough for what I want to knit, which is nice because I'm actually knitting a handspun sweater right now and I'm way closer to running out of yarn than I thought I was going to be, so it would have been nice to have the yardage counter before then. But anyway, that's why I would like to finish all the yarn first. So I think I can do it if I just, yeah, capture this energy, keep going, and hopefully I will have a finished, my second ever finished handspun sweater spin, hopefully in a few weeks. I will try to record some clips of the plying and I'll update y'all once I've got it all caked up and hopefully looking good. Hello, it is, I don't know what day it is. It's in the evening and I finished plying my first skein, I guess a couple days ago. It is, I think, this one. And I still have some left to ply. I'm hoping to finish it up tonight. I am actually getting on a call with my Traveler Hoodie buddies, and I think some of them are like casting on and working on it and everything. So I'm hoping I can finish plying my second skein while I chat with them tonight. But here's my progress on my second skein. The lighting is not great, but there she is. And then here are my bobbins. So I think I'm gonna have some of the colorful one left over again, but that's okay. I will just continue leaving it on the bobbin and building on it for the next batch. So anyway, hopefully I can finish my second skein tonight. Hello, it is March. I don't remember when I last actually spoke about this yarn. I think I filmed a little bit of me spinning it, but it was probably, maybe it was last year, maybe it was January, I don't remember. But I have finally finished the spinning of this yarn. It is complete. I finished plying my last batch tonight. This is my sample, but I have 6 skeins of this yarn. I can bring it closer so that you can see it. I am very, very, very pleased with how it turned out. I mean, this is only my 2nd ever sweater quantity, but I think it's way more consistent than my first sweater quantity. I love the way that the color turned out. This light, I know, is really bad. It's late at night and we just have like the overhead lights on, but it looks really nice. Oh, there's a stitch marker stuck in this one. I did not realize that. But anyway, the yarn is done. I'm really pleased with the color. I think it overall gives kind of like a very blue forward vibe, which I personally really like. But there are these really fun, like look at this really fun bit of yellow in here. I don't know, I should probably not be showing off the color right now. Okay. The point is I'm going to wash this tonight. I'm very much looking forward to washing it because, as you can probably tell in some of these skeins, like it's very kinky. And if I undo the skeining, you can see like there are little twists and stuff in it, and you can definitely see the way that it twists up on itself. There's a lot of twist in there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what it's like completely washed. I also really like the way that my sample looks and feels, but these do not look quite the same. So we'll see. I may have spun them a little bit differently than my sample, but I'm hoping that they really plump up like the sample does. The sample also just feels a little bit softer. So anyway, I'm gonna wash them all tonight. I'm gonna just soak them in the tub. I'll probably go ahead and soak them overnight, and then tomorrow morning pull them out and thwack them and all of that good stuff, and then lay them out to dry, and hopefully they'll dry quickly. I don't know if it's supposed to rain this week. Maybe I can put them outside and then I can cast on. So the plan is to knit a traveler hoodie by Andrew Mowry. I also got a yardage counter as a gift in the middle of, since I started this project, that I've never used yet. So I'm really excited to use that for this project and see how much yardage I have, because I think I need a lot, but I think I have a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna go soak it, and then hopefully tomorrow, in the next couple days, I can show you what it looks like, nice and plump and dry and in better lighting. Hello. It is the next day and the yarn has been soaking. If you want to show it, I have a friendly camera helper today rather than setting up my tripod. Anyway, yarn has been soaking. It's nice and soaked, and now I am going to dry it off and kind of, I think there are terms for this. The only one I know is thwack. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will lay it out to dry. So here I go. This I think is the smallest one. I'm just gonna squeeze. Wow, this looks really good. I feel like it really relaxed and settled in. I'm gonna do that thing. I don't know how much that helps, but I've seen people do that before. Okay, here's the first one. Put it on the towel. Do the next one. This one was really kinky. I think I put a lot of twist in this one, so we'll see how twisty it is after. Just kind of whack it. Okay, my pile of noodles. Look at all those noodles. Okay, now I'm gonna just kind of fold them up in the towel and squeeze them. Often I'll do this with my socks off and just squeeze them with my feet, but I don't really want to take my socks off right now. So we're taking the yarn outside because it's not currently raining. Is it going to rain today? Do you know? Cameraman shrugged. Okay. Look at them. They're so cute. Okay. Now we wait for them to dry. Hello, it is, oh gosh, I don't even know. Monday. It's Monday. This weekend, I finished spinning my yarn. I think I filmed and hopefully have footage of me washing it and taking it out to dry, and it is now dry. And I wanted to show it to you before I cast on. I'm hoping that the light is good enough here before it gets too dark. Sorry, my brain is like short circuiting. I do not know what is going on. I just finished work and then I ran to the post office and I just am trying to make sure I show you, but here it is. All dry and I love it. I love it. I am really, really happy with how it turned out. I think I can try to show you the batches. I think this was batch 1. And I know that because I'm pretty sure this is the most uneven I was about the 2 skeins in the batch. I put way more on my first bobbin and I had not quite as much on my second. So this is batch 1. I think this is batch 2. I could be wrong, but I think this is batch 2. And then I think this is batch 3. I'm pretty sure this is batch 3. I'm fairly confident that this was batch 3. I think this one was also. Norman, are you coming to visit? Hello. Hi. What? I'm pretty confident this is batch 3, but I don't know for sure. I think batch 2 is definitely my thinnest. Okay, I should probably remind y'all what the batches mean and what I was doing with the batches. Although, I guess if you're watching this all in the same video, you know. For me, it's been months since I started this. For you, it's been a mere minutes since I started this. But I have not measured their yardage yet. I didn't even count the strands on my Nitty Naughty because I have a yardage counter now, and whenever I cake the yarn up, I will measure the yardage and I will figure out how much I have. I have been wanting to start my project. I've been wanting to cast on my hoodie, but I love my yarn so much that I'm almost like hesitant to cast on because I'm gonna miss it in yarn form. Is that silly? I don't know, maybe, but just I'm really loving it. So I took some time yesterday and I made sure to get some really, really good photos of the yarn. I will try to post some of these up or put them up on the screen as well so you can see some of my sweet yarn photos. I love them. I love this yarn. I did, though, start my swatch. I think I'll probably cast on tonight or tomorrow, but I've been saying that for the last like 3 days. I've been saying I'm gonna cast on tonight or tomorrow. And part of it is because I wanted to film and show you all the yarn before, and I was just like, it was kind of busy and it was late at night or whatever, and the light wasn't good, and I wanted you to see it in good enough light at least. But anyway, I did wind up my sample and I knit a swatch. So here's my little sample cake. If you can see that. There she is. And here's my little swatch. How cute. And it's really stretchy. This stitch pattern is really stretchy. So I'm quite pleased with this. I know the color changes, like how quickly the color is shifting will be way quicker in the sweater because, you know, the circumference of the body of the sweater is much, much wider than this little square. So I'm still really pleased with the way that the fabric looks and feels, even though I have to kind of in my head be like, I know that it's not gonna be gradual color shifts like this. It's gonna be quick and like mixed up, I think. But I cannot wait to see what it looks like. And I think, yeah, I'm ready. I've decided I think this one is gonna be my first skein. This was from my first batch, and it's my biggest skein. And so I think because this will be in the body, this will give me the most yardage. So I might just start with this one in the body and go. And then some of the skeins have a little bit more purple in them. Like these two, for example, are a little more purpley. And I'm wondering if I should put those either in the hood or in the sleeves, or if I should mix them in, I don't know. But I think this one and this one and this one, these three all feel very similar to me and very like bluish green forward. And then these ones are like a little darker and more like purpley orange. Can you see that difference kind of? Like these ones make a set and these ones make a set. I don't know. I mean, they're all close enough that it's probably not going to matter that much. But I was thinking maybe try to use these ones for... Should I use these ones for the body and hood and these ones for the sleeves? Or these ones for the body and sleeves and these ones for the hood? I don't know. I'm still undecided. I would ask you to weigh in, but the point of this video is that I'll be done knitting the sweater when I publish the video, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what I decide, but anyway, I think I'm gonna go cake this up. I'll try to maybe film a little bit of me casting on and everything and getting started. So, yeah. 69, 70. Hello. I had some camera battery problems when I was casting on, so not sure how much of that y'all were actually able to see, but it's been, I guess, 1 or 2 days since I cast on, and I wanted to give you an update and show you my progress. So I'm almost done with the ribbing. I'm supposed to do 2 inches, and this is what it looks like so far. There we go. Okay, so there's what it's looking like. I love it. I love it. I'm a little bit nervous. I decided to cast on size 1. It's supposed to be quite a bit of ease, and I'm a little nervous that I should have cast on size 2. I didn't block my swatch, but when I measured it, I was like, this is close to gauge, and with blocking, I think it'll be pretty on. And I think size 1 would give me like between 6 and 8 inches of positive ease, which I thought was good. So I decided to cast on size 1, but this, I think this is fine, because I think with blocking it'll be good, but a little bit nervous, but yeah. And it is opening day. It's Thursday, March 27th, baseball opening day, and so we are headed to the Mariners game tonight, the first Mariners game of the season. But I just have like a little bit of time. I'm actually watching the Cardinals game right now. Cardinals, Mariners. Watching the Cardinals game on TV while I knit just a little bit before we hop on the bus and head to the stadium, which will be probably in like 30 minutes or so. So just gonna get some rows in. Oh, Nolan Arenado home run. Very nice. Hello. I'm realizing that the audio and video quality in this video is gonna be kind of a mess, because sometimes I have my nice camera and my tripod, and sometimes I just hold the phone up while I'm about to knit on the couch. So this is one of the latter times. I'm hoping I don't have Oreo stuck in my teeth right now. You know, we're doing our best. Oh, I just covered it with me hand. Okay. I have not provided a lot of updates on how this has been going because I've just been knitting away. So I'm probably covering the mic. All right. There. I've been knitting away at the body. I feel like this has knit up so fast. Here we are. Whoa. Look at that. Look at it. Okay, it's incredible. I'm gonna scoot forward so that you can maybe see what it looks like without the glare from the windows. I'm obsessed. Well, how about I just put this here? You won't be able to see my face, but here she is. This is the side seam. So this is like the front or back. And I'm obsessed. I am checking in now because I think it might actually be time to split for the front and back. Actually, I'm pretty sure that it is. I was supposed to go 7 inches, and I think I'm past 7 inches. And I know this is going to stretch vertically a lot when blocked, but I'm just so pleased with how this looks and how it's turning out. I think that the color transitions, like the color shifting, is exactly what I wanted. It's like blendy enough that it doesn't feel like really blocky or stripy. And I love it. I love it. So up next, probably tonight, is for me to split for the front and back. And just go from there. I'm almost done with my first skein. This is the biggest skein that I've been using here, so this is like more than 1/6 of my yarn, but I think I'm gonna be fine on yardage, especially if I'm like done with the body basically. I know the hood will take a lot, but yeah, I'm not even done with one skein yet. So feeling great about it, and yeah, I'm gonna try to tackle splitting for the front and back. Hello. It is April, what day is it? April 16th, mid-April, 2025. And I finished the body of the Traveler hoodie last night. It was way too dark. I definitely could not like share or film anything, but I wanted to show y'all today and do like a little try on. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me grab it. I am truly so obsessed with this. I'm so in love with how it's turning out. Honestly could not be happier. It's so cute. Look at that. Okay, this yellow stripe on the front is giving me life. I love it so much. So here she is. Let's see, maybe if I even point a little bit, the light will be better this direction. Yeah, there we go. Okay. How good is this? I love it. I could not stop gushing about this last night. After I finished it, I was talking to my husband and was just like, I think this is literally the perfect yarn for a sweatshirt because it's like colorful and fun, which you would want like a hoodie or a sweatshirt to be, but it's also gray, which I think is also kind of like classic hoodie sweatshirt. So it's like colorful, fun, but also in like a very almost like muted and approachable way. Anyway, let me try her on so that you can see what it looks like on my body, because I'm also very pleased. So, I mean, I know this one's gonna block out a ton because this fabric, I mean, is just so stretchy. And I can tell also by the way that like my fabric looks versus the way that like Andrea's looks in her photos, that it's definitely when I block it, it's gonna stretch and relax. But honestly, I love it. It's a little short right now, but I think that, yeah, once it's relaxes a little bit and it just kind of hits, like, these are high-waisted jeans, so it'll hit kind of like right there. And I love it. I love it. And this was almost exactly 2 full skeins of my yarn. So I have not cracked into my 3rd skein yet. I ran out like just at the back, but I ended up using a little bit of yarn from my sample, just because I wanted to keep my full skeins together, and like just start the sleeve with a fresh skein. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm very pleased, you could say. I'm very happy with this. So next up, I think I'm gonna do the sleeves and then the hood, but I don't know, maybe the hood is enough of a slog that I should do it first. I don't know. And I've been thinking about for the tassel, what yarn I want for the tassel, and I'm gonna grab my idea. I have this leftover sport weight from a tee that I made, and I feel like the yellow would be really fun for the string, like for the hoodie string. I don't know, what do you think? I like it. Anyway, was thinking sleeves first, but now I'm wondering, maybe if the hood is gonna be a slog, I should just get that over with and do the hood first, but I don't know. I kind of want to do sleeves first because I feel like the small circumference is more annoying. So I think I'm gonna do sleeves. I'm gonna do sleeves first and then I will do the hood and then she'll be done. I'm probably like not even halfway done with this knit because the hood is so big. And like I said, I've only used 2 skeins of yarn. One of them was like a big skein, so I've used more than a third of my yarn because I have 6 skeins of yarn. I don't think I'm gonna use all 6 skeins, so maybe I'm about halfway done. I am so obsessed. I love it so much. I'm so pleased. So anyway, I will work on sleeves and then I will share an update of how it's looking and how I'm feeling. Hello. Today is June something. I cannot believe it's June and I am still working on this project, but I have a big update. I did not do as many check-ins as I wanted to while making this, but the knitting of the hoodie is complete. It is done. I did the hood. I borrowed my friend Megan's cordsmith and made this really cute yellow. Here, I don't know if the light is great. Let me scoot over. To make this beautiful yellow I-cord that I put into the hood. It's all there. It's done. It is not blocked yet, but I have woven all the ends in. And I'm so happy. I'm so obsessed with this. I'm so pleased. Let me try it on and show you. I'm gonna try to block it today and then I can also show you what it looks like once it's blocked so we can get like a little comparison because I think this is gonna be a big transformation because just the nature of this stitch is so stretchy. I'm a little bit nervous because I think there are parts of this that I am hoping grow in blocking. It's so cute. There are parts that I hope grow and there are parts that I hope do not grow, which seems tricky, but here we are. So here, this is her. Here she is. This is what it looks like. I'm happy with the size of the hood right now. I do not want the hood to get much bigger. And the pattern has 2 sizes of hoods. Not like optional pick your hood size, but like the smaller sizes have 1 hood size and the larger sizes have 1 hood size. And I definitely knit the smaller size hood. I do have my friend Sylvan accidentally knit the larger size hood. And so my hood's not that big, but it's still, I think it's a good size now. I like the size of the hood now, so I don't want it to get any bigger. But I do want a little bit of relaxing in the body and then also in the sleeves. I want the body and the sleeves to stretch. So I'm in a little bit of a predicament. But what I think I'm gonna do is just, I'm gonna soak it, you know, lay it out, and I'll probably pin the body and the sleeves out to stretch a little bit, and then I will not pin out the hood and try to like squish the hood back into its current size. But here we are. I'm so pleased. I love it. I love it so much. I can't believe that I made this. I really think this is one of the best things I've ever made. Truly, I think that the way that the yarn turned out and the way that the colors are shifting is so perfect. I love the yellow contrast for the little tie. Honestly, the way that it feels is great. I'm just really happy. I'm really happy. And I can't wait to block it and give it just like a little bit of that relax. And then, yeah, I'll get to wear it. And I'm so excited. And I can't wait. And I cannot believe I've been working on making this video for y'all for, I started in like October of last year, right? I don't even remember. And it's June now, so it's been like 8 months. And I'm still going, but I will finish, and I will, well, I don't know, hopefully I'll edit this and eventually you all will see it, but really this is gonna be a full beginning to end with lots of breaks and lots of life and lots of other things that got in the way, but we've made it there in the end. So I'm gonna block it, and then I'll come back and I will show y'all what it looks like once it's dry. It is October 2nd, 2025, which means it has been nearly 1 year since I started recording this video. I cannot believe it has been this long, honestly, it's wild. But I realized as I was editing the video that I never filmed a final clip of me trying on the hoodie post-block. I don't know why, or maybe I recorded it and I lost it, I'm not sure. But over the last few weeks / month or two, I finally have gotten around to clipping all the clips together and editing the video together, and so hopefully you will have just seen all of that. But I wanted to take a minute here to just show you all what it looks like blocked. Because I'm so late to filming this clip, I've actually been wearing it, and so I can share with you like how it wears and that kind of stuff too, because I did not just finish this. I finished this, I don't know when it was. I mean, you will probably have just heard me or seen me talk about when I just finished it, but it's been months. I've been wearing it a ton. I love it so much, and I wanted to show it to you. So let me toss it on. All right. Here she is. So you can see that the fit is truly perfection. I'll take a bit of a step back so you can see it. The sleeve length after blocking ended up being perfect. I feel like these sleeves end exactly where I would want them to. The length is also great. These are pretty high-waisted pants, but the length still, like it hits, you know, just below the waistband at the high-waisted pants, kind of almost exactly right at my hip bone. So I'm really, really pleased with the length here. I was worried that the hood was gonna be way too big, and it's not. I think it's a great size. I can put it up so that you can see it. So there it is. That's what the hood looks like, and here's the back and the back of the hood and everything. I love it. I honestly don't think that I could love it more. I think it turned out exactly the way that I hoped and the way that I wanted it to. I don't know how I guess it's not luck because I made it myself, but it feels like I got lucky for it to turn out this good. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased. Like I said, I've been wearing it all the time. It's just a really great, easy layer to toss on top of everything. I've traveled with it. I think even through the summer, it was nice for like cool evenings or to wear with shorts or whatever. Yeah. So I guess this is the end. I can kind of wrap up the video here. If you watched this, I know it was extremely long, so thank you so much for sticking it out and watching through all of this. If you have any questions about my process, I tried to be as thorough as I possibly could, but I know a lot of people have reached out to me saying that they want to make something similar or with questions about how I broke up my fiber, anything like that. Hopefully this video helps answer a lot of those questions, but if you have other questions that I didn't answer, you just want to chat about it, please feel free to reach out. On like Instagram is probably where you'll have the best bet. I'm really bad at checking my Ravelry messages, so you can try there as well. But I would say, yeah, maybe try reaching out on Instagram or like comment here on YouTube as well. I'm happy to try and answer any questions y'all have about the making of this hoodie. And yeah, thank you so much again for tuning in, and I will talk to y'all later.